This is an interesting question. What's the stance on which you've most drastically had to change your mind at some point? What evidence or argument persuaded you? Well, now let me think. I mean, the whole damn thing, I've changed my mind about something every month. Basically, as we learn things, we incorporate them. So I can't really tell you what was drastic. You know, did I discover one day that black was actually white? No, I've never been that wrong to begin with.
The only thing you might be able to point to is the first edition versus second edition bar path in the clean.
Yeah, now that's a real good point. That's right. The
know
bar path in the clean was wrong in the first edition.
Yeah.
It was just absolutely wrong, and I'm glad that thing didn't sell that many copies, because that was a completely wrong ass idea. And the idea about the bar path in the clean has evolved over time. And, I mean, even in the second edition, we were saying that the bar path in the clean was a straight vertical line. And it can't be a straight vertical line. It was pointed out to me that the bar path in a clean is going to have some loop from the contact point on the thigh at the second pull to the rack. There's going to be a loop. It's unavoidable. And I hadn't thought about that before, and that's absolutely correct. You cannot pull a barbell up from the second pull on the middle of the thigh in a straight line. Now, you want it as straight and vertical as possible, but there will be a loop in that part of the bar path due to the fact that you are leaning back and reacting your body's mass against the mass of the barbell in your hands. And if that happens and you lean back, the amount of reaction is between your body's mass and the mass on the bar is going to carry the bar some amount forward. Now, it has to be kept to a minimum. But a vertical bar path is impossible. And that's not what happens. And so, yeah, I was completely ass wrong about that. That's probably a good example of, as thinking about this in steps over the years. There's probably several examples of that we could cite.
When you corrected that, was it just a aha moment, or yeah?
No, the guy pointed this out in a seminar one afternoon, and I said, no, I see your point there. That's absolutely right. This vertical thing's wrong. Can't be vertical. You'd like for it to be vertical, because vertical would be the least inefficiency, but it can't be absolutely vertical because of the mechanism that gets it from second pull to the rack on the shoulders. And now that was, but, I take comfort in the fact that nobody besides us has even had that conversation. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that we have talked about over the years that nobody has didn't even occur to anybody else to talk about. Not the way we squat. Have you ever seen anyone else articulate the squat the way we do? I mean, we've all read, haven't we? Has anybody else even headed in that direction ever? Has anybody else ever talked about why the shoulders are a little bit in front of the bar on every pull, whether you want them to be or not? No one's even discussed it or thought about it except us. So I don't know. I think we do a pretty good job with this. You know, and if every once in a while I have to say I was rude, then that's what I was. At least I'll do it. You know, a lot of people don't. A lot of people don't like to admit they were wrong. This week on Starting Strength Radio, we are going to do another one of our famous paper Q&As where you mail us through your questions, and we print them out on paper and lay them on the desk here and read the questions and then answer them for you. Fun, 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 fun. Be here. See you then on Starting Strength Radio.